Okay, Richard Nikoley, freetheanimal.com. It's 4 a.m. here in, let's see, for sure 4 a.m. So, I wanted to put this down before I go to bed. I did something very bad last night. Really hugely bad. And I want to expose myself and be honest about it. Because that's what I do. Ease and honesty. I think that's Rob Archangel. What he said about me. And so I'm going to expose myself. I'm going to tell you about something very, very awful that I did last night to a woman who I like, I adore. So, okay, here goes. I've known Nancy for a few months, actually. She works in a bar that I go to sometimes. And the coolest thing about the two of us is that we're like almost equal at pool. Playing pool, right? She wins, I win. She wins, I win, right? I won't say she makes crazy shots, because crazy good shots, because that would suggest that I'm really good at pool. I'm just average, right? We're both average, but we're average but equal, right? We enjoy playing pool. So for months I go in there and buy her a couple of drinks. She gets $3 a pop out of every drink I give her. She's sexy as fuck. I mean, really sexy. 40-year-old with a 20-year-old body. I mean, so fucking hot. It's crazy. And that's what makes me stupid, which is the story I'm going to tell you about last night. So, all these months, finally, I say, okay, Nancy, let's go home. It's okay. So you have to pay the bar 500 baht, which is like $15. Actually, now, since the exchange rate has changed so much, it's more like 13. She gets half, the bar gets half. So, her and her, I think niece or something, niece drives her back to my place in the motorbike, right? And I roll up. My motorbike is classic, has an exhaust pipe, so Nancy steps off her niece's motorbike and puts her leg right into my exhaust pipe, hot exhaust pipe. Burn. So here's the thing. So she like screams right away, and I like take cognizance, but I don't see anything. Even though I've done it a dozen times myself. I have a fucking, what's called a Thai tattoo from touching my calf on the exhaust pipe numerous times for different reasons. And so she did that as she stepped off of her cousin's motorbike. And I was awful. Here I have this cool lady at 1 a.m. in the morning who wants to be with me all night. And I know that because we've been talking about it for weeks, right? It's like, let's go home. Let's, do that. She says, you want to boo-boo me? Yeah. You want to eat my pussy? Oh, of course. All that stuff. Talked about all. And I mean, it's so strange because when she wears a sexy dress, she's 40 years old, but she's fucking sexy like a 18-year-old. Really, I'm not lying to you. I mean, it's so sexy. So I have this in my hands. What do? I fuck it all up. And that's the story, right? So she steps off her cousin's motorbike and plants her leg onto the exhaust pipe of my bike. Now, I've done this a dozen times myself. I've done it so many times. I could show you, I have what's called a Thai tattoo, right? I've had it so bad, it's oozing blood, right? So I have a permanent tattoo in the same spot of where I put my calf on my own exhaust pipe on the motorbike. So she does it for the first time. But thing is, what I didn't realize is that it shows no sign initially. It's just a burn. And so she's sitting here and I'm inebriated. I'll admit it, I'm drunk. And and her cousin is here and she's being a pain in the ass. I'm getting irritated, right? Through my inebriation, I'm getting irritated. And, I've already gone through things with Nancy before about like, okay, let's go home. Now I have period, So I have this suspicion that there's a fakery about it, right? And I'm being fucking fooled. Turns out it's not true. It's not true. That comes later. I'm like, initially, I only have hand cream in the house. So I bring her some of that and everything, but I don't see anything. It doesn't look like anything. And eventually her cousin takes off, leaves. So it's just the two of us. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go do the thing, right? I want to see her naked body. Right? So I'm obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with that because it is so hot, all right? And, she's complaining about the burn on her leg, which didn't show anything. And so I'm starting to, is she faking? Right? After all this time, she's gonna fake. But if I would have listened what she was saying is that it's too much right now, hurts too much. Let's go to sleep, and in the morning, probably better. We fucking do everything. Alright. I don't listen. Stupidly, I don't fucking listen. And I assume I'm just being like played. So I tell her to get out. Really, to grab, get out. I'm not even gonna ride you back. You get your own transportation. But she does. She gets up and leaves. And I even double down on bad. I did. Richard Nikoley did this. I'm like, I want my 500 baht back, which is the bar fine, about 15 bucks. I mean, how pathetic is that? Right? No, well, you know, I thought she was just fucking scamming me and playing me, and I'm impatient and intolerant, and I can be vitriolic, and so that's why I'm confessing. I'm confessing to anyone who watches this video about how bad I can be. So, you know, I'm like, she leaves on her feet, and she's walking down, and I'm like yelling at her down the road, like, I want my 500 baht back. Principles, right? So, anyway. Oddly, for a Thai woman, I get a message at around 8 a.m. in the morning. I mean, shit. They're never up by 8 a.m. But with the picture of her leg with a huge, around this big, like, burn mark. So it finally, like, shows. And that immediately sent me into honesty. I'm like, holy fuck. How bad did I fuck that? It's like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. She did nothing wrong. She was legitimately harmed and in pain. And I treated her like shit. I did. Richard Nikoley treated a girl who was legitimately harmed, who did nothing wrong, and treated her like shit. I'm like, holy fuck, how bad am I? And it's like absorbed me all day long. It's like, can I be this bad to another person who did nothing wrong to me, did nothing to me, and I treated that person like shit? Amazing. And she even offered, when she said, I said, I'll give you your 500 baht back for the bar fine. And man, what a tough day, and what a comeuppance, and what just you know, I'm like, can I truly be this awful to another person who did nothing wrong to me, did nothing bad? All the bad was created by me, all of it. You know, all she said was like, let's just go sleep and we'll fuck in the morning. Literally, that's what she said. and she's like uber sexy. How stupid was I? I mean, really, I love doing this video because, you know, when you're had, you're had. I've been had, and this was one of the worst performances in my life. And I put it out there because it's good to put stuff like that out there, because you, I mean, if you're ultimately a good person and you just fuck up, then you want to really hone in on your fuck ups. And this was a big fuck up. And really hone in on your fuck ups and try not to do it again and be better, because you can, right? So, all right, what's the end of the story here? So she messages me in the morning, says, come to the bar tonight, I will give you your 500 baht back, and then I don't see your face again. I thought about that a lot over the day, course of the day, and I had understood how she had done nothing wrong, and it was all me, 100%, right? I'm just an asshole, right? And I missed out on a great opportunity, because had I not done this, then I would already have carnal knowledge of her sexy body. So how fucking stupid am I, right? So at a point I start laughing at myself, really. So I go out, and it's a Stamich, which is a German restaurant. I have Rindsroulade. What my mother used to call rouladen, but is Rindsroulade. It was mean beef. It's beef that's pounded thin, mustard, bacon, and pickles, and rolled and braised in sauce, right? With mashed potatoes and red cabbage, German red cabbage. A little sweet, a little sweet, a little sour. I love it. Anyway, so then I go there, I'm thinking, okay, I go to see her, because she says, come to the bar, I'll give you your, I go there, and I sit down, and I just said, Nancy, Sawadee-ka. Said, you did nothing wrong. I did everything wrong. And I apologize to you. And it worked. We're good. She beat me in pool. I'm very glad about that. We're about 50-50. Right, she beats me, I beat her, but she beat me in the pool game, and I bought her a drink, and of course, did not take back her bar fine, which would have been improper, because she did it she took the bar fine in good faith, and she did nothing wrong, except she put her leg onto my hot motorbike exhaust pipe and got a burn, and I did everything wrong in terms of not recognizing that she was truly hurt and in pain, and I just wanted what I wanted, because I'd been chomping at the bit to deal with that sexy body for like weeks. And so I guess that's about the story. Well, the good part of the story is that I went in there contrite enough and apologetic enough and loving enough, I suppose I should say, because I adore her. And I didn't make any excuses or nothing. She actually ended up apologizing to me for having her cousin bring her over here on the motorbike instead of just coming on the motorbike with me and everything. So it all worked out well. We're good. We're good. We're very good. Maybe, you know, sometimes it's good to have these kind of conflicts so you can at least demonstrate to the other person that you you sincerely care about them and that you sincerely like them. Because if I didn't care about her or didn't like about her, what would I care? Don't do anything. Oh yeah, give me my 500 baht back, and I'll send you my bank account number. You can just transfer it, and all Thais can transfer from any bank account to any bank account, 24/7, 365. Unlike Americans, they are 100 times more sophisticated in transferring money than are Americans. Any American. It's hilarious. And you think it's a third world country. No, it's in many ways more developed than you. And Buddhism is a better culture than Christian.